Hello everyone, what's up? Jwhisp here and welcome back to another video. Today I will be sharing with you guys everything that is added to Minecraft 1.15 The Buzzy Bee update. So first we have, of course, bees. So bees are found in these very flower dense biomes, and they can either be found in hives or bee nests in the trees. Bees have 10 health, which is equal to 5 hearts. And there can only be 3 bees per nest. And there's some interesting features with bees here I don't see talked about a lot. So, one of them is actually that if a player holds a small flower in their hand and goes near bees, the bees will actually become attracted to the player and they will follow the player. So this is a great way if you want to transfer bees to a different area to make some sort of beehive or bee sanctuary. It looks really cool. But then bees also have a darker side where if one bee is attacked or if their nest/hive is attacked, all the bees will become hostile. So let me show you that. And with that also comes a new death message that when you die from bees, it says that you were stung to death. So let's look at that. So there it is. Jwhisp was stung to death. Now bees are actually pretty deadly, so you definitely have to be careful when you're around bees. You have to be safe. But there's some ways you can take some precautions about that with some of the other features. So next, let's talk about where you can actually find bees. I already talked about this. You can find them in naturally occurring nests, which randomly spawn in trees in this biome, or you can find them in hives. So beehives can be crafted with 3 honeycomb and then 3 planks on the top and bottom of any type of wood. So here we have the hives, and what happens is the bees leave the hive, they go to these flowers, pollinate them, and in return bring honey to their nests. And this is how you get the honeycomb. You use shears and you go up to either a beehive or a bee nest and you simply right click and you will get some honey. Now as you can see there, the bees turned hostile. They don't like me taking all their honeycomb, and so what you can do to prevent them from turning hostile is before you harvest the honey, you can place a campfire under it, and this smoke kind of prevents the bees from attacking you. There's also one more way to get honey. Instead of using shears, you can simply use a bottle, and all these hives are out of honey, but if you just here's one. If you just right click on it with a honey bottle, you instantly have honey. So that's a way you can get honeycomb and honey, which are also 2 new items added to this. And along with this, there aren't too many uses of all this stuff yet, but you can actually make a honeycomb block with 4 honeycomb. This block looks really cool. I really like how it looks. I think it's pretty awesome. I can see people making a lot of floor designs, plus the sound when you place it. I don't know why. I just love the sound of that when you break and place honey. It sounds so satisfying. And then also with honey, there is a honey block, which you need 4 bottles of honey, and then you can get a honey block. And I'm sure you've seen all the hype about honey blocks. There is so many cool features with honey blocks. So one of the features is that if you fall from a high distance onto a honey block, it can actually prevent you from taking fall damage. So normally I would have taken more fall damage than that. And if I go into game mode creative here and place some more honey, we can look at some of the other features. So what's cool about this feature, whereas a slime block kind of pushes you away and makes you bounce, a honey block actually makes you and other entities and mobs stick to it. So for example, like I just showed you, if I throw a piece of honeycomb, falls pretty quickly, but if I throw it at the honey, it'll actually fall a little slower and get deflected in a different direction. So this also applies to players. So if I go up against the honey here, I actually fall. And this leads me to another one of our new things, which is sticky situation, which is one of our new achievements. Jump onto a honey block to break your fall. So there's actually a lot of new achievements relating to honey and bees and all that stuff, and I will show you them as we go. But it's actually pretty cool because now you have, some more achievements to actually get. But yeah, there's so many cool things with this. I'm really excited to see specifically what map makers and parkour map creators can do with this honey block. I've already seen some really cool maps out there, and I think once 1.15 is officially released, I'll experiment with them a little more, because right now the 1.15 versions are a little bit unstable, but still they pretty much work. We have pre-release number 1 right now, and I haven't seemed to have any issues with this. But yeah, honey's a really cool block. Honeycomb can be a really cool decorative block, but let's look at some of the other features in 1.15. So, besides the sticky situation achievement, there's actually 2 more bee-related achievements added in this update, and so I will show you what they are. One of them is safely gathering honey. I showed you before that you can gather honey without a campfire, and nothing happens. But if you gather honey safely with a campfire by simply placing a campfire under a beehive, letting it smoke for a little bit, and then harvesting the honey, as you can see, I'm in survival, no bees are attacking me, and I get the Be Our Guest achievement, which use a campfire to collect honey from a beehive using a bottle without aggravating the bees. So as you can see, I collected it, and the bees are fine, but there's also another achievement. So what you can do is if you have the Silk Touch enchantment on pretty much any item, you can collect a bee nest, and they will turn hostile, but at least I got the achievement, and this achievement is called Total Bee Location. I'm sorry, I love all these punny bee puns. They're so Mojang did a good job, but pretty much all this has to do is it involves relocating a bee nest, and the way the game actually sees it is when you mine a bee nest with Silk Touch and then place it again, the bees are actually still technically in the nest, and that's why it's called bee location, because with 3 bees inside. So this nest does have 3 bees inside. I don't think they're gonna come out right now. They'll move around here eventually because I just replaced them. But yeah, those are some of the new achievements, and that's pretty much everything that relates to bees and honey and all that stuff. There are a few more, slight details, and I will leave those down in the description below so you all can read up on that if you're really interested. I just covered the main points, but there's a few other smaller things added in this update that I think are also interesting to look at. So the last few features here have to do with iron golems, and before that, really fast, I just have to say, look how adorable these 2 bees are. I'm sorry, but these, I love the bee textures. They are so freaking cute. But nevertheless, here we have some iron golems. So here is our average iron golem. Looks the same, acts the same, pretty much same thing we're always used to. But here we have an iron golem that looks a little distressed. He looks a little hurt. So with 1.15, there's a new iron golem health system, and pretty much depending on how beat up the iron golem is, it will show these cracks, which means that the iron golem is not at full health. And I think this is really useful because especially with this village and pillage update, which was the last update, iron golems are pretty important. I know I always make a few in my village just to keep my villagers safe in case any creepy crawly mobs do get in and try to hurt my villagers. So now we finally have a system to see how damaged our iron golems are. But not only can we see how damaged they are, but we can also do something about it. If you take some iron in your hand, you can actually heal the iron golem to bring it back to full health. So all you have to do is right click, and as you can see, he was pretty damaged, and it only took 3 pieces of iron to fully repair him. So it really doesn't take a lot to heal an iron golem, and it's definitely worth it to heal an iron golem than to just totally make a new iron golem. So besides that, that's pretty much all the main features in 1.15. There are some smaller features relating with gameplay, enhancements involving like your FPS and performance. There's a few new game role modes, but besides that, there's not too many other changes. Again, I'll leave all the official changes from the Minecraft wiki in the description down below if you want to check them out. But this was pretty much everything. I really like this update. I think it's pretty cool. Let me know down in the comments below what you all think. I know some people are a little disappointed by the update just because it seems like a very small update. And yes, it is pretty small. The only real big changes involve bees, honey, and iron golems. But I think this is still a pretty cool update. This update isn't meant to be a big update. It seems like lately with the update patterns, it seems like we get one big update every year around a little before the beginning of summer. And obviously this isn't summer, this is winter right now, and so this update is mostly just supposed to be a small little update just to give us something before 1.16 the Nether update comes out. So again, we'll still have to wait probably another half a year before 1.16 is released, but hopefully within the next few months here at the beginning of next year, I assume around February or March, we should start to see some more things involving the 1.16 update. Also, we should be getting some more combat snapshots soon, since they are adjusting the combat in the Bedrock and Java versions of the game, and they actually moved the combat update to 1.15. So hopefully, when 1.15 is actually released, we'll get the combat update, or at least more info about it. So anyways, if you enjoyed and if you found this video helpful, please leave a like and subscribe. I really hope you guys enjoy. I definitely want to do more update videos to come as we find more news. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. You all are awesome. This is Jwhisp, and I will see you all in the next one.